Yes, correct.
Hemisphere,
Correct.
biosphere,
Also correct. Go first. So, let's continue our topic today. Our topic is all about okay, guys, stand up, stand up. Cover your head first. Let's give up your mind just in place.
Magandang gabi mga kabayan. Ngayong araw po ay tinamaan ng Central Visayas ng malakas na lindol na higit sa 6.9 magnitude. At nandito po si Kabayan Sala para ibahagi sa ating lahat kung ano man ang sanhi at epekto nito.
Thank you, ma'am. That was a powerful and emotional report for the Easternians at Cebu Eastern College. But now, let's take a moment to understand what really is an earthquake. An earthquake is the shaking of the ground caused by the sudden release of energy in the Earth's crust, often due to the movement of tectonic plates. This movement releases stored up energy in the form of seismic waves which travel through the Earth and can cause the ground to shake. Now, let's talk about the causes of an earthquake. Number 1, we have our tectonic plate movements. The Earth's outer layer is made out of big pieces called the tectonic plates. These plates move slowly. When they push or pull, slide past each other, pressure builds up. And when the pressure is too much, the rocks suddenly break or move. This causes an earthquake. And the movement can happen in 3 ways. The first one we have is the divergent plate boundary. At a divergent plate boundary, plates move away from each other. As they pull apart, magma comes up from under the ground to fill the gap. This causes small shaking or earthquakes. These are common under the sea, like in the middle of oceans. The second tectonic plate movement is we have the convergent plate boundary. At a convergent plate boundary, plates move toward each other. One plate goes under the other. This builds a lot of pressure. When that pressure is released, it causes strong earthquakes. This can also create tsunamis if it happens under the water. This is common here in our country, the Philippines. Moving on to the third tectonic plate movement is the transform plate boundary. At a transform plate boundary, plates slide past each other. They get stuck because of the friction, then suddenly slip. That sudden movement causes a strong earthquake. One famous example is the San Andreas Fault in California. Moving on to another cause of an earthquake, we have the volcanic activity. Inside a volcano, magma rises and pushes rocks. This creates pressure underground. When the pressure is released, the ground shakes. This is a volcanic earthquake. Another cause of an earthquake is the faulting. This is the sudden movement along a fault. A fault is a crack in the Earth's crust. When stress builds up along the fault, it can suddenly move or break. That quick movement sends energy through the ground, causing an earthquake. We have the last cause of an earthquake, which is the human activities, like mining, fracking, or dams. When people dig, drill, or build heavy dams, they change the pressure underground. This can disturb the rocks or faults and can cause small earthquakes. To help everyone understand what happens during an earthquake, let me explain the parts shown in this diagram in the simplest way. First, we have the hypocenter. This is the place deep underground where the earthquake starts. It's the exact spot where the energy is first released, the epicenter. This is the point right above the hypocenter. On the surface of the Earth, it's where people feel the strongest shaking. The fault. This is the crack in the Earth where the plates suddenly move. Earthquakes happen along these faults. The crust. The crust is the outer layer of the Earth, the land we stand on. When the crust moves, the ground shakes. Tectonic plates. These are huge blocks of the Earth's crust that slowly move. When they push, pull, or slide, earthquakes can happen. Moving on to the types of earthquake waves, we have the P and S waves. These waves travel from the hypocenter. P waves come first and are faster. S waves come next and are stronger. Next, we have the love waves. These move sideways across the surface and shake the ground left and right. We have the Rayleigh waves. These roll like ocean waves, moving the ground up and down. They can be very strong and damaging. Now, how could an earthquake affect the four spheres of the Earth? First, let us get to know the four spheres of the Earth. First is the atmosphere. This is the layer of air that surrounds the Earth. It's where the wind, clouds, and weather happen. It gives us oxygen to breathe and protects us from harmful rays from the sun. Next is the biosphere. This includes all the living things, including humans, animals, plants, trees, and even tiny organisms. If it has life, it's part of the biosphere. Then, we have the hydrosphere. This is all the water on Earth. It includes oceans, rivers, lakes, rain, and even water underground. Water is important for life and for the environment. And finally, the lithosphere or the geosphere. This is the solid part of the Earth. It includes the ground, rocks, soil, and mountains. It's the land we stand on and where earthquakes usually start. Now, how could an earthquake affect the four spheres of the Earth? In the lithosphere, the Earth's surface will break and move. Roads and buildings will collapse due to intense shaking. Fault lines will shift, causing cracks to appear on the ground. Some areas will rise while others will sink. This is called the crustal deformation. In steep places, the quake will trigger landslides that can bury everything in their path. In the atmosphere, the quake may trigger fires or even volcanic eruptions, releasing ash and gases into the sky. Dust from collapsed buildings will mix with smoke and broken gas lines. This will lower air quality and cause breathing problems. If ash clouds form, they may block sunlight and cool the surrounding air. In the hydrosphere, underwater earthquakes will disturb the seafloor, creating tsunamis that will strike coastal areas. Water dams may break, causing floods. Water will be contaminated with ash, soil, or waste, making it unsafe to drink. Aquatic animals and plants will be harmed, and clean water access will become a challenge for affected communities. This strong earthquake will affect not just the land, but every part of our environment, our homes, our air, our water, and all forms of life. It reminds us that all spheres are connected, and when one is disturbed, the others follow. Let's all stay prepared, listen to warnings, and support each other. This is Reg Nicol Sala, reporting live from Echo News PH. For more updates and real stories from those affected, we now go to Mark at Cebu Eastern College, who is currently speaking with earthquake survivors. Back to you, Mark.
Magandang gabi mga kabayan. Narito po ako ngayon sa Cebu Eastern College na tinamaan ng pagiging lindol kanina. At narito po ang mga estudyante at isang guro ang ating Miss, nasaan ba kayo mga lindol? So, sir, ano po ba ang ginawa niyo kanina para may safety ang estudyante?
do, sir, first thing I do, kay ako silang kalma, kaya panic naman sila, then ako silang ipa-go sa power room. Then after na, pagkuman sa lindo, kaya ako silang cover your head. Then after sa cover head, kaya ako silang idala sa kanang evacuate me sa kanang safe na lugar. Wala sir,
mo mga kabayan, kaunting paalala para sa lahat. Kapag may lindol, huwag magpanik at gawin ang top cover room.